Here we go! Final round of the ARL F1 Championship. This is a championship decider between GSR Riles and Jet Run 76. It is all to play for tonight. Alright, here we go. GSR Riles currently P2 in the championship. Tonight is make or break for him, the final round of the season. He has to knock off the two-time ARL F1 champion Jet Run 76 in the Ferrari. He has been unstoppable as of lately. Here at the Imola circuit, anything can happen. It's such a challenging circuit with fast corners, slow corners, medium speed corners, you name it. One slight touch on the grass, you're probably going to be in the wall. This is an old school circuit. There's not much runoff at all. We are going to hop on board with GSR Riles as he begins his first lap. And this we will let you ride on board. Been a pretty good lap here for GSR Riles so far. Let's see what the provisional pole time is going to be. It is a 1:15.7 now. Hopping back on board with Jet Run as he comes out of the final corner, dives straight into the pits. Seems that he invalidated his lap. Savage Hammy is going to be beginning his lap, and it looks like Koenigsegg goes P2 with a 1:68. Missed it. EB goes on to provisional pole with a 1:15.403. Now hopping on board with SSR Husky. He is a reserve in the ARL F1 League, but when he does race, he performs. Last week he was on pole in Brazil. He led most of the race until he had a slight couple mistakes. I'm unsure what happened, but let's see what kind of time he does. He goes P2 with a 1:15.543. Next up will be Tychopath. He's on the mediums. The 1:16.572. I feel like there's not much pace in those mediums around this track, at least in qualifying trim, that is. GSR Riles is still going out. Seems like he wants to do a couple runs on those the first set of the soft tires. See what kind of performance he can get out of those for a few laps. Slinky Malinky is coming out of the final corner and gets all sorts of out of shape. Next up will be Koenigsegg, but he's going to be diving into the pits. Ouroboros GT, I believe he is queuing up for a lap now. Oh, he is into the pits. Dylan is going to be beginning his first lap now in the Haas. I hope he can have a better weekend than he did last time out. And that is not the racing line, but hey, he didn't invalidate his lap, so fine enough. And he's... Oh god. That's done. ARL goes P4 with, well, now P5, because MX Testarossa jumps up to P3. I believe this is his debut race, so that's a pretty good showing for his first race in ARL F1. EB is coming around the final corner. He improves big time, a 1:14.937. That is one hell of a lap. Who else? Wonder if GSR Riles is on yet another lap. Does look... Oh, Stillen was backwards. See what Riles can do here. I bet he has been practicing all day. He wants this championship so bad. He has been the most consistent driver all season. He just hasn't had the pace to compete for some wins. He has always been up there at the top. If you ask me, I think personally, I think Riles deserves the championship more than Jet, in all honesty. Jet, he missed probably 5 or so races, and he isn't as consistent as Riles is. Riles is always up there, and the thing that surprises me about Riles is he uses a controller, which on this game I just can't even put my mind around that. So big props to him for still being in this championship. I couldn't tell you the last time in ARL that we've had a championship go to the final race, but here we are. Jet Run jumps up to P2 with a 1:15.352. That is exactly what he needs. He's hoping to become a 3-time ARL F1 champ by the end of the night. Up on board with... I believe Stillen's on a lap. Ascended into the double right-hander. And he invalidates. Not much action out on traffic. Action out on track right now. I believe Tycho is on an outlap. Basically, everybody's on an outlap, but here we are at SSR Husky. He's going to be beginning a flying lap here. And Aston Martin's going to come out right in front of him. That is Riles. That is not what you want to see. Hopefully he does not hold up SSR Husky here. It's straight out of the way. Good job by him. That's honestly the best he could do there. That Mercedes is just flying around these corners right now. Currently 1/10 off, and Sector 1 gets all out of shape coming out of the hairpin. That's going to lose him a decent amount of time. See if he can pull it back together here. Other than that slight mistake he had, that car looks planted to the ground. He goes purple in Sector 2 by over half a second. This is a big lap. This is a huge lap coming up here for SSR Husky if he can hook up the final sector. Is this going to be the pole lap? Let's find out. Coming to the line. Jumps to provisional pole, just like that, a 1:14.7. That is an amazing lap, although he had that slight mess up, the hairpin. GSR Riles, P2 in the championship, is about to set a lap. That is Jet Run, who is right in front of him. I don't think he held him up. Oh! It's all out of shape coming out of the chicane. It's not what he wants. Stillen definitely needs to set a better lap time. See what else we got going on here. I believe Slinky... Oh. That is not what you want to see. Savage Hammy is on a lap currently. He's going to be looking to be the ultimate teammate for Jet Run here tonight. Support him as much as he possibly can. Stays fourth fastest. I actually don't know if he was on a lap or not. Koenigsegg, P1. 1:14.7. Just ahead of SSR Husky. That came out of the blue. SSR Riles coming to the line. Don't believe he was on a lap either. Savage Hammy is purple in Sector 1. Track is starting to ramp up as the grip builds. Our drivers start to get more comfortable. Times are just going to tumble from here. Absolutely hooks up the double right-hander. Now he heads into the chicane. Looks like Jet Run is off track. Jet Run is out of the session. Your championship leader has crashed. That is not good for him. Not good at all. See what Savage Hammy's going to do here. Coming to the line, is he going to jump above his teammate? He is. He's going to go P4 just ahead of Jet Run. That's quite concerning for Jet Run. Championship leader can seal the championship. Well, nice a championship finale. He needs to pray that cars don't start going ahead of him with the 5 minutes left in the qualifying session. There's another one. Jet now in P6. His championship rival GSR Riles is now in P4 with a 15.2. Not believe Stillen is on a lap. TB invalidated his. I believe Slinky Malinky here is on a lap. Going to be looking to set a lap time. He hasn't yet. He goes purple Sector 2 as long as the game is not lying to me. He is purple in Sector 2. See if he can finish out the lap here. Around the final corner, didn't really get a good exit, got a little bit wide. Jumps up to P10, so I think the purple Sector 2 was a mistake. GSR Riles heads into the pits. He's probably going to have one more run. Same for Savage Hammy. I believe TB is on a lap. No, he invalidated. Just got news from Jet Run. He forgot to put a setup on. That might be championship deciding right there. This track, in my opinion at least, is very setup dependent. So that may play into the factor as to why we're not seeing him in the top 3 or so. That's why he's P6 currently. That is not good for Jet. Max Testarossa, in his ARL F1 debut, is beginning what will probably be his final flying lap here. He's also going to be looking to be a supporter of GSR Riles as his teammate is battling for the championship tonight. That Aston Martin is flying. It's just flowing through those corners beautifully. But he is half a second off in Sector 1. That is not a time you want to see. The lone McLaren tonight, Tychopath, beginning his lap now. Drivers are starting to make their final preparations for the final flying lap. He's going to have Savage Hammy right in front of him. Be praying that that Ferrari gets out of the way coming out of this left-hander. Nope, he's going to stay right there. Tycho is on a flying lap. Oh! I think Hammy just realized, or he had a huge snap. Ouroboros GT is on a flyer. He's going to want to get further up the field. He is up on his time. Next, Testarossa coming to finish his lap. Does not improve, so he may go for another one right here. GSR Riles, P2 in the championship. One final lap. He needs to get it right here. If he can get on the front row, maybe third, he's going to be in a really good spot because Jet is P6 currently. He sets off on his final flying lap. Psychopath, the lone McLaren. See if he can jump up from 8th spot. Possibly knock Jet Run down another spot. He does not improve. Ouroboros GT does not improve. Savage Hammy's beginning his flying lap. Dylan coming out of the final corner. He improves his lap but stays 11th quick. EB beginning his flying lap. Next, Testarossa coming out of the final corner. Let's see what his final lap time will be. And he jumps up ahead of his teammate. A 1:15.2. Let's see if Rouse can get back ahead of his teammate. It's good through there. Coming out of the final corner now. He jumps back up ahead of his teammate. Going to P4. SSR Husky coming out of the final corner. He's beginning his final lap. He's one of the later runners. Psychopath. Jumps up ahead of both Ferraris. The Ferraris are falling down. Savage Hammy validated his lap, but he's going to have time for one more lap. Ouroboros GT coming out of the final corner, dives straight into the pits. EB will be your next driver to cross the line in his Red Bull. It's a good run out of the final corner. Let's see what kind of time he can do. Can he compete for a pole? Yes, he can. A 1:14.6. He is on provisional pole. Slinky Malinky invalidated his final lap. Next, Testarossa coming to the line. Stays 5th quick. Dylan not improving. Here he is, P2 in the championship. Can he do a better time? He's going to come straight into the pits. He's going to settle for P4. SSR Husky, he is the final one to battle for pole position. He gets all sorts of out of shape in the final corner. And he hits the wall. I believe that'll be it. If there's anybody else. Oh, Psychopath with a little bit of a slide. I believe that'll be it. Change one setting real quick. That is not what Jet Run wanted. The race where I believe if Riles wins and gets fastest lap, Jet needs to be in the top 5. So it's still in his hands easily. But that's going to set him back a little bit, especially not having a setup for the race. That is not going to be well at all. Here is your starting grid for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, the championship decider in ARL. He'd be on pole with a 14.6, followed by Koenigsegg, SSR Husky, GSR Riles, MX Testarossa, Psychopath, Savage Hammy, Jet Run 76, your championship leader, Ouroboros GT, Slinky Malinky, and still in 421. We now head into the race, the final race of the season. 32 laps to decide who the champion of Season 6 is going to be. bright blue skies. The drivers will be finalizing their setups. We obviously do have Parc Ferme, so there's not much they can do. They're going to be looking at their strategy, deciding what's going to be the prime strategy, making any last-minute preparations for the final race of the season. We will be kicking off the formation lap here in just a little bit. And it is time to get going. PB leading the way. Here's your predicted pit stop strategy. Soft to hard, soft, soft, medium. It'll be interesting to see what this field does. We're going to do a little grid rundown. PB here, he's looking to get his second ARL win. The last one came at Circuit of the Americas. Onigzig, he's going to be looking to do well in his Alpine today. Running from P2 on the grid. This is our Husky, the man with probably, I'd say, the greatest reserve we've ever seen. He is, he's just always up there. He's going to want to improve on the mistakes he made last weekend at Brazil. GSR Riles, P2 in the championship. This is the biggest race of the season for him. This is all on the line here if he wants to win the championship. He's going to need to win and get fastest lap and hope that Jet Run is not inside the top 5. Next, Testarossa in his ARL F1 debut. Going to be looking to support his teammate. Psychopath in the lone McLaren. He loves getting on the podium, but who doesn't? Let's hope he can do that today. Savage Hammy, he's going to be in a supporting role for Jet Run 76 here today as he shoots for his 3rd championship. Back to Ouroboros GT. He's not too well in qualifying, but once the 5 red lights go out, he steps up his game. Blinky Malinky, the Alpha Tauri. He's going to be looking to get a decent haul of points today. Still in rounding out the back of the grid. I'm not sure what his expectations are. His expectations are probably to finish the race. Alright, here we go. That's a terrible camera angle. Get something better, please? This is horrible. There we go. It's 5 red lights, and away we go for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, the championship decider here in ARL F1. Everybody has a clean start. They are 4 abreast, heading down into turn 1. Got run all the way on the outside. There are cars everywhere. I cannot keep up. Okay, Jet Run gained 2 positions there on the start, and it looks like we have a crash at the back. Slinky Malinky and Ouroboros GT. That is not what they wanted tonight. Thankfully, they're both still in this Grand Prix, but that is not great. Jet Run gains yet another position there on Tychopath. The car ahead of him is the man in P2 in the championship. He's going to be wanting to get around him as soon as possible. Oh! Jet Run all out of shape coming out of the double right-hander. He is going to lose 3 positions. Him having no setup tonight and accidentally making that mistake not to take a setup is going to hit him hard, and we just saw that. Meanwhile, Riles is going to want to get a move on with it. Like I said, needs to win and get fastest lap for any chance to win this championship. Jet Run and MX Testarossa going side by side and down the front stretch. Oh, they make slight contact there. Jet gonna hang it in the inside. Oh, he's gonna think much better of it, which he needs to do. Unsurprisingly, Ouroboros GT and Slinky Malinky are into the pits after their collision on lap 1. See what our championship leader, what he can do. Can he get back through? Still in. He's off. And he has wing damage. Classic Haas fashion. That run going wide. That's going to be a warning. MX Testarossa going wide as well. That will probably be a warning. Drivers need to keep it within the track limits. They do not want to get a penalty. Right on board with our leader TB. He is starting to pull the gap on SSR Husky, who actually did pass Koenigsegg. So currently it is TB followed by SSR Husky as Ouroboros spun again. Fortunately, it looks like he's going to have another race like he did last weekend in Brazil. He's on quite a few times, unfortunately. As it looks like Jet Run is going to be making the move here on MX Testarossa. Goes down the inside easily. He's now going to be chasing the lone McLaren of Tychopath. Tychopath is going to look to get around their Ferrari and Savage Hammy. Might see some team games here, though. Might see Savage Hammy slowing up a little bit. I believe is what we are seeing right now. Wants Jet to get as close to Tycho as possible to be able to attempt an overtake, probably into turn 1. That's about as good as it's going to get around here. Right ahead of Savage Hammy is P2 in the championship, GSR Riles. He's fallen back from the top 3. He's going to want to get back up there as soon as possible. Savage Hammy runs wide. That's going to be a warning as well. Now, crucially, Jet is within DRS range of Tychopath. Meanwhile, up at the front, SSR Husky is going to be looking to make a move for the lead. Goes down the inside, easy. Makes a move before turn 1. Jet Run, is he going to be able to get up to Tychopath before turn 1? He is not. Is Tychopath going to be close enough? No, he is not. It's let off a little bit there as the Ferrari gets all sorts of out of shape, and here comes Jet Run down the inside. Ooh. It's very tricky to go too wide in that corner. I've never seen it done cleanly. Dillon spins again. Not great. They are going to be falling into the clutches of the lead cars here. With one tiny mistake, they'll be right back there. This battling that's been going on between the two Ferraris and Tychopath is helping GSR Riles get away. Tychopath is really close to Savage Hammy here. May see a move from Tychopath to turn 1, going the top 5. He's going to be really close as SSR Husky says to find the fastest lap of the race. Jet gets all out of shape. Here they come. DRS activated, ERS activated. Is he going to be able to make the move? Straight down the inside. Is Savage Hammy going to hang it in there? No, he is not. Great move by Tychopath to get himself up into the top 5. Savage Hammy going to let Jet Run through? No, he is not. He is not going to let his teammate through. At least for now. There he does. He lets his championship leader teammate Jet Run up into the top 6 to chase after the 2 cars ahead. We are 5 laps into this Grand Prix now. We should see some strategy start to unfold within the next few laps as MX Testarossa picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. It looks like Savage Hammy spins around. That is gonna hurt Jet as well. He's not gonna be in that supporting role anymore Unless there's a safety car or something else happens. Psychopath is gaining on Riles as well. Gonna have the DRS. He's possibly gonna activate his ERS, but he is not gonna be close enough to make a clean move that is into turn 1. And for jet run, he's too far back. EB picks up a 3-second time penalty as Savage Hammy comes into the pits. He might have gotten damage with his spin. He's going to be falling it back. Psychopath is going to be looking to get around this McLaren around the Aston Martin as soon as possible. Runs wide there, that might be a warning. The corner cut rules are pretty strict around this track, so that might have been a warning there for Psychopath. He's going to be really close as they head into turn 1 here in just a few corners time. That run is still right there. He's out of DRS though. He's going to want to get back in there as Stillen spins in front of the whole field. He is now a lap down. He is not going to want to rejoin. Oh, he's not rejoined Stillen, and he just got more wing damage. Okay. Safety car. A safety car now comes out from Stillen's spin. It was his 3rd spin of the Grand Prix so far. Not what we want to see from Stillen, as he also DNF, so he probably pushed himself into the wall. Alright, so a safety car here. Lap 7 of 32. This resets everything. We might see some drivers pitting this lap to hop onto that 2-stop strategy of the soft, medium. That could work. I don't think that's the optimum strategy, personally. Just really depends on there's going to be another safety car when that falls. If that falls at the wrong time, it's going to ruin the 2-stop strategy. This will benefit jet run though. See if our leaders come into the pits here. Choose that 2-stop strategy, or they may even do an early 1-stop. SSR Husky pits. EB is going to pit. Koenigsegg is going to pit. Are we going to see everybody pitting here? GSR Riles is going to pit. Tychopath's going to pit. Jet Run getting really close to the back of the McLaren. Testarossa is going to pit. Everybody is pitting. There's going to be any positions made or lost. Looks like everything's going to stay the same. Yes, everything will stay the same. So SSR Husky still leads the Grand Prix, followed by TB, Koenigsegg, Riles, Tychopath, Jet Run, MX Testarossa, Savage Hammy, Ouroboros, and Slinky Malinky rounding out the pack. Let's take a look at what tires drivers put on. Okay, so here we go. This is exactly what I was talking about. Car in first place currently. SSR Husky puts on the hard tires. He is sticking to that 1-stop strategy. TB, Koenigsegg, GSR Riles, Tychopath, and MX Testarossa put on brand new soft tires. That is sticking to the 2-stop strategy because they are all going to have to pit again. Your championship leader is on the hard tires, so he's going to be going for that 1-stop as well. As for the 3 drivers at the back with the medium tires, I'm not sure. Savage Hammy may be able to get those to the end, but that is going to be hard. That's going to be very difficult to get those to the end. And we should be going at the end of the next lap as Slinky Malinky brings up the back of the field. Championship leader Jet Run This is going to be interesting to see if he's going to be able to keep up the pace with the soft tire runners ahead of him. He doesn't have a setup. He forgot to put it on before he went out for his first lap of qualifying. This may hurt him a little bit. I feel like MX Testarossa behind Jet Run in P7 currently is going to want to get around Jet Run in order to help out his teammate GSR Riles. Did SSR Husky just get pushed off track by the safety car? Ouroboros GT comes into the pits again. He puts on a brand new set of medium tires. I think he's going to try to go to the end on those, so that'll be interesting to see how it works out for him. He is really good with managing his tires. His only problem is the past couple of races he has been quite inconsistent. He has had a few mistakes, a few spins. So I hope he'll be able to keep it on track and see how that strategy works out for him and hopefully get him within a good points paying position. We should be going at the end of this lap. Everyone should be in order behind the safety car. We go safety car in this lap. We are about to get back to racing. It's going to be interesting to see how these drivers on their different tires do against one each other. Especially people like GSR Riles. He's going to want to get a move on. Husky might be vulnerable here, being on those hard tires. See how it pans out. We are going to come to the line for 23 laps to go. SSR Husky is gone. He goes. It's a really good run on TV there. Koenig Zig. Like Tycho might be close enough. Jet Run's going to be looking to make a move, but here comes Savage Hammy down the inside. Oh, they make slight contact. With slight contact there between the Ferrari and the Aston Martin. The two teammates of the championship leaders. They are getting quite feisty. GSR Riles is going to be looking to get around Koenigsegg as fast as possible because he knows Jet Run is only 2 cars behind him. MX Testarossa made a quick look there into the left-hander, but that is not a corner where you want to overtake unless you are right up the other car's gearbox. Slinky Malinky gets a 3-second time penalty. GSR Riles is kind of looking down the inside. It's not going to be enough for him, though. Now look to get the run into turn 1. Might have a 3-car battle into turn 1 here. GSR Riles is going to get a really good exit coming out of here, but Tychopath gets an even better exit. He's going to be alongside Riles. And tuck back in for the slipstream. Riles is flying up behind Zig. Is he going to be able to make a move into turn 1? Going to be a late one? He does not. He is not close enough. Jet Run, currently your championship leader, is just hanging back. He is being patient, letting all of this unfold in front of him. Savage Hammy is also going to be looking to get back MX Testarossa. Made contact into turn 1, so hopefully we do not see that again. We do not like to see our drivers making contact, but that is racing. Savage Hammy gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. It's a really easy track to get that. Psychopath, he's going to have a really good run. I was going to say the chicane is not a place where he can easily overtake. It's way too tight of a chicane. Gonna stay behind. Being smart here. He's gonna try and get a really good run out of the final corner. Be able to make a run into turn 1. Gets a pretty good exit as DRS is enabled. ARL is going to be really close to Koenigsegg. He's just going to go down the inside as easy as it can get. Is Koenigsegg going to battle on the outside? He is not. Thinks better of it. ARL's up into the podium positions. Slinky Malinky has DNF'd from the race. Psychopath is going to be right on the back of Koenigsegg now. Not close enough. Jet Run, our championship leader. It'll be interesting to see how this fares out with 20 laps to go. One reminder. ARL needs to win this Grand Prix and get the fastest lap in order to win this championship. If he finishes P2 and gets the fastest lap, it won't be enough, no matter what. Psychopath, is he going to be close enough to make a move into the chicane? Oh no, Psychopath. That is not an overtaking spot. I'm not sure what he was doing, but Jet Run jumps into P4. Gets ahead of Koenigsegg. But Koenigsegg is going to have the DRS and the better tires. If Koenigsegg can get back to Jet. DRS enabled. ERS enabled. He's going to go down the inside as TB makes a move for the lead. Jet Run now down into P5. MX Testarossa is going to look to get back up to him. Psychopath gets overtaken by Savage Hammy. Move that Psychopath made into the chicane was not a good one. That is not an overtaking spot. Psychopath is not necessarily in a bad way, but he's known as the Max Verstappen of the league. He's really aggressive. He's a young bull, and he likes to get moves done. He thinks better of it there. He had a really good run, but it's good to see him back out of that. See if he's going to try it again. I hope he doesn't. He's not close enough. Jet Run is going to be looking to keep within that DRS range of Koenigsegg, but on back a little bit, and he's going to have MX Testarossa right up behind him. Psychopath, Savage Hammy are going side by side into the final couple corners. Psychopath back up into P7. EB says the fastest lap at the Grand Prix with a 1:16.9. Is MX Testarossa going to make a move? I believe he will be too far back. Savage Hammy, though, may see a move here. He is not close enough. Front two are just running away with it, but we have a pretty nice pack here of about 6 cars, with Glenn gaining pretty quickly. Not Glenn, sorry, Ouroboros GT. Savage Hammy is going to want to get back up closer to his teammate to be a better supporting role for him. Look at how much later on the brakes Jet Run is there compared to Koenigsegg. Testarossa is going to want to be in DRS range as we head onto the front straight. Might be a little too far back for a move to be possible. His Jet will have the DRS as well. It looks like he's going to be too far back, but there's Koenigsegg. He's gaining on Riles, P2 in the championship. Is he going to make a move? He's going to look around the outside. Head into turn 1. Easy move there for Koenigsegg. Beautiful move around the outside into turn 1. Savage Hammy is starting to fall back on those medium tires. I think they're already starting to give him problems, which is earlier than I thought they would. I thought minimum they would last around 15 to 16 laps. If he's already having problems, that's going to ruin his strategy. Psychopath getting really close to MX Testarossa. Ooh. Good catch there by MX Testarossa. Hopefully Tycho doesn't go for a move here. He's looking around the outside. Brakes earlier. Backs out. Good move there by Tycho. If he'll be close enough to make a move into turn 1. Now the DRS, but Testarossa might have the DRS as well. He does not, so Tycho is going to have a huge pace advantage here as they head into turn 1. He's going to look around the outside. Easy move there. Now going to be looking to get right to the back of Jet Run here. Two championship contenders currently, P4 and P5. As things stand, positions stay the same. Jet Run 76 will be a 3-time ARL F1 champion. To do it in front of the home Italian fans in the Ferrari would be a huge achievement for him. Looks like the field is starting to spread out just a little bit. Don't believe... Well, Tycho Path's going to be right in DRS range of Jet Run here. They head on to the front straight. He's going to want to get a really good exit out of here. Not the greatest, but he's going to have the DRS that Jet does not have. I believe he's going to be too far back unless he gets his elbows out. Tycho Path is coming. He's looking down the inside. Makes the move up into P5 on Jet. Jet. Smart move by Jet. He does not want to risk anything. I could see him DNF from this race. He DNFs from this race. It is wide open. I'll have to look at the championship standings right now, but there was to be a problem for Jet. Take a look at the standings real quick. Alright, so the current gap, 17 points. So, if Jet was to DNF, Riles would need to be P2 or higher. As of right now, Riles, he's doing the best he can. He kind of needs to rely on others as he dives straight into the pits. Savage Hammy gets a 3-second time penalty as well. See what tires GSR Riles is going to be putting on here. Looks like the medium tires. Those will last till the end of the Grand Prix. Going to be right at the back though. Jet Run made the move on Tycho Path. I missed that, unfortunately. As somehow, SSR Husky up at the front is keeping up with TB on those hard tires. I wasn't expecting that, but SSR Husky, he is quick. He's one of the fastest drivers in ARL F1. He's going to be going to the end of the Grand Prix pending any possible safety cars that we may get. After this Grand Prix concludes, and our Season 6 of ARL F1 concludes, we're going to be heading on to Season 7. We'll be incurring a time change. We will be... Oh, TB dived straight into the pits. That was a really late move. He's going to be coming in for those mediums. I will get back to that announcement in just a minute. Tycho Path heading into the pits. He's going to be going for the mediums as well. Jet Run up into P3. He will not be making another stop, so he is in the prime position to win this championship. As his championship rival is all the way back in P9. fact, this is going to be kind of close, I reckon. No, it's not close at all. Never mind. Okay, anyways, back to my announcement. Next season, for Season 7 of ARL F1, we will be incurring a time change. We will be moving to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I believe that is around 8 p.m. GMT. We made this change so we can allow for our friends on the other side of the sea, the Europeans, people from the UK. We want them all to come to ARL F1 and join us. Time that we currently run isn't really accessible to the Europeans. I must shout out TB though, he lives in the UK. It's currently 2 a.m. I believe for him right now, so that's huge commitment from him. We have a few things planned pending how many people we can get. There should be a Discord link in the Twitch. Or you can look us up, aracingleague.com. We have our Discord on there. You can join us on Discord. We'd love to get you in. We got ARL F1. We have ARL ACC GT4 Geneta Cup. That is a really fun series, spec series. It's really fun. Lots of tight racing. Then on Thursdays we have ARL ACC GT3. Then beginning on Tuesday of this upcoming week is our first ever iRacing GT3 series. That'll be from Daytona Motor Speedway. We are really looking forward to that as it's our first race on PC. Anyways, back to the action. Nobody really close to each other besides Testarossa and Tychopath. But it must be said, while those pit stops were going on, look at positions 2 and 3, the two Ferraris. Jet Run, he'll be going to the end. Savage Hammy, I highly doubt he's going to go to the end unless he pulls some Sergio Perez moves. Speaking of which, Ouroboros is going to be gaining on him. He has a few lap newer tires, not much of a difference. Right at the front, SSR Husky, he's doing the same thing he did in Brazil. He had the lead for most of the race. Fortunately, he had a few mistakes. I'm unsure of what they were, but those set him back quite a bit. Hopefully he can keep it up there. Hopefully I do not commentary curse him. I hope not. Jet Run. He's doing everything he can. Right now he will be the third. Will win his third championship tonight. As things stand, it's gonna have to change dramatically. It's gonna have to be a huge difference in order for Riles to upset him and win this championship. We head back. Savage Hammy, he's made a pretty good run back. He was at the very back after a few touches with a few drivers, including Tychopath, MX Testarossa, none of which were his fault though, if I remember correctly. Just had a pretty unfortunate race. It's going to be interesting to see how far he can get those medium tires. Maybe he's relying on a safety car. He gets a safety car. At this point, he can pit for the soft tires, which he'll have a huge pace advantage. Glenn Ouroboros GT, is basically on the same strategy. His tires are a few laps newer, so he may be able to get them to the end. He does like to call himself Tire Management King, so he may be able to do it. TB, he was on pole. He led most of the race. Fortunately, that two-stop just at the moment is not working. Koenigsegg, same for him. He qualified P3, I believe it was. He's currently P6. Once again, it's just the two-stop is not working. P2 in the championship, same thing. It is not working as Ouroboros GT has spun out of P4. He was gaining on Savage Hammy. TB now jumps into the 4th spot. He's working his way back up. Psychopath is on the 2-stop as well. Same for Testarossa. It's going to be hard to get that back. There's not a safety car. they're going to be stuck where they are, unfortunately. Everybody's really spread out. Nobody's within DRS range of each other. Closest is Tychopath to GSR Riles. That's the closest battle we have currently. We may see an inter-team battle here, though. Koenigsegg is on 2-lap-old medium tires, but his teammate Ouroboros is on 13-lap-old tires. We have less than 10 laps to go in ARL Season 6. Next season we will be beginning, I believe, February 5th. That is 2 weekends from now, I believe. 3 weekends from now. So 3 Saturdays from now we will be, as of now, beginning Season 7 of ARL F1. Signups are open. You can look us up at aracingleague.com, or you can head to our Twitch bio. Our Discord should be in the bio. As Ouroboros GT lets Koenigsegg through. Psychopath, he's going to be in DRS range of GSR Riles. Ouroboros is heading into the pits on those 13-lap-old mediums. That says something. I think Savage Hammy is going to be coming into the pits within the next few laps. Psychopath is going to be nowhere close enough to make a move into turn 1. GSR Riles needs to pick up the pace. Further he falls back, the slimmer his chances get of winning this championship. Going to be close enough to make a move here? No, he will not. Unfortunately, this is the only battle we have on track right now. Ouroboros GT gets another 3-second time penalty, and he is out of the Grand Prix. We might see a safety car here as SSR Husky is heading towards that corner. We might see a safety car. Is it going to stay green, though? You can see the Alpine off into the wall up there. Still green. It looks like we will be staying green. Tychopath's going to be close enough to make a move into turn 1. GSR Riles. Oh! Not sure what happened there, but he's going to go back down the inside. GSR Riles is going to hang it around the outside. Fortunately, can't keep up the momentum. GSR Riles is going to be looking to get right back through to P6, though. As things settle down quite a bit as we head into the final few laps of this Grand Prix, TB and the Red Bull is gaining on Savage Hammy. There's a 13-lap window between their tires, so TB has a huge pace advantage right now. In fact, we may see Savage Hammy dive into the pits within the next few laps, but I think he's going to try and hold it out. GSR Riles is going to be in DRS, but he is not going to be close enough, I reckon. Yeah, he's going to be way back. Unfortunate to see Ouroboros GT, Slinky Malinky, and still in 421 all DNF from this Grand Prix so far. That is not the way they wanted to wrap up their season. They're going to want to get straight on the power come season 7 and hope for a better result than that. Like I said, TB is starting to reel in Savage Hammy quite rapidly, actually. TB looking to get on the podium. As things stand, currently Savage Hammy doesn't really need to play the team game in terms of track position. His jet run, he's in P2. He's going to stay P2 until the end, as long as he doesn't make a mistake. GSR Riles, I think it's come too late for him, unfortunately, but this is the ARL F1. Anything can happen. This is our Husky. He's just running away. He's done a great job in the Mercedes. He picked a great strategy. It fell perfectly for him with the safety car. I think that safety car kind of said, hey, one stop. You should do the one stop. That's what's going to work. We've seen that. The one stop is working. The front two are the only two who chose the one stop. They're P1 and P2. TB getting really close to Savage Hammy now. He wants that podium. He wants to carry that momentum into next season and battle for the championship. He unfortunately hasn't been able to be here all season. But I know him personally. He wants the championship. He is going to get really close as they head into turn 1 here in just a few corners time. He's going to have the DRS. Should be able to make quite an easy move. Hammy gets a much better exit, it must be said, but that DRS is just going to pull TB really far. Hammy's just going to pull over to the right and basically let him go, but he's actually staying right there. Never mind. There goes TB off into P3. It must be said, though, great job by Savage Hammy to get himself back up into the position he is now. He had a horrible first half of the race. 5 laps to go in Season 6 of ARL F1. Are we going to see a third-time champion in Jet Run 76? Are we going to see a first-time champion for GSR Riles? Jet Run 76 has won 7 Grand Prix this season. GSR Riles has only won 2, including the last round in Brazil. In terms of consistency, GSR Riles has been up there every single race. Let's see. In 17 races, he has been on the podium 11 times, compared to Jet, who has been on the podium 10 times. So I guess they're about the same. In terms of their attendance, GSR Riles, he's only missed 2 Grand Prix this season. Jet Run at the beginning of the season, he missed 4 races in the first half of the season. He's still leading this championship. That just shows how good of a driver he is. He's arguably the best driver in ARL F1. As things stand, as they come to 3 laps to go, he's going to be a 3-time ARL F1 champion. Let me make sure my settings are correct, because we would like to do some interviews post-race. Hopefully we can. Last week it didn't work out the way we wanted it to. Hopefully this week we can get some voices from our drivers. SSR Husky has a 17-second lead. In fact, let's see who has the fastest lap currently. Here we go. TB currently has the fastest lap, a 1:16.9. Nobody is really close besides SSR Husky. Pretty sure SSR Husky set that lap earlier on in the Grand Prix on when he was on the soft tires. If he did a 17.0 on hard tires, then full props to him. That's incredible. look here. Nothing really going on. 2 laps to go. Koenigsegg may be close enough to make a move for P4. He is on much fresher tires. Almost 15 laps between these two. Oh, he's going to be right there. He's going to line up the exit perfectly. He's going to have an amazing run, as well as the DRS. Should jump up into P4 here. And go down the inside. Really easy move. Hammy doesn't even battle it. He knows he doesn't need to battle it. Full props to this man right here, SSR Husky. Qualified P2 or P3, I'm unsure of where he qualified exactly. But safety car, the strategy, all played into his hands. Great job by him. As he heads towards the final couple corners to begin the final lap of this Grand Prix, the final lap of the season. This is what we've all been waiting for. The reserve has 1 lap to win the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Jet runs 76 behind him. He is 1 lap away from his 3rd ARL F1 championship. He's been working so hard at this. He's wanted to be a 3-time champion. As things stand, if things go right this final lap, he's gonna be a 3-time world champion. Psychopath is going to be really close to Savage Hammy here. I believe these two made contact earlier on in the race. Psychopath is not going to be close enough. Will want to make that move though. He wants a top 5. He's going to be really close here to the back of Savage Hammy. Is he going to make a look? No, he is not. Thinks much better of it. As we hop on board with our leader, he has had an amazing race. The reserve coming to the final few corners. SSR Husky in the Mercedes. Comes out of the final corner, gets a big slide, celebratory slide. He's going to win the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Does a burnout. Awesome job. But the man of the hour, in front of the home crowd, in front of the Ferrari fans, is going to come around the final corner. Jet Run 76 is a 3-time ARL F1 champion. PB the Brit going to come around for P3. Koenigsegg P4. Oh, this one's going to be close. Coming to the line. Will stay the same. Savage Ham. Actually, Psychopath jumps Savage Hammy with the penalties. GSR Riles jumps up to P5 as well. That is it. Jet Run 76, a 3-time ARL F1 champion. That is incredible. Driver of the day. I don't know if I agree with driver of the day. I'd probably have to give that to SSR Husky. He dominated, but congrats to Jet Run. Ferrari, they win the double. Constructors champions. They dominated the Constructors Championship. Jet Run 76, the man in red right there, has won yet another championship. We're going to try and get these guys into the party here. Going to invite Jet. Get Savage Hammy in here. Let's find one other person to invite to the party. Hopefully the chats work. Let's invite Koenigsegg. I'm hoping that you guys can enable your audio. I did the oh no. Okay, well then I'll just ask you. I'm appearing online. I'm looking at it right now. But I'll just Yeah, I'm just gonna ask you guys some questions. So, Jet, you're now a three-time ARL F1 champion. How does it feel? Feels good, says the three-time champion. Very stressful race. He didn't enable a setup, but it doesn't matter. He's a three-time champion in the end, and he does it in front of the home crowd in Italy. Ferrari double, Ferrari double champions in season 6. Koenigsegg, you had a great qualifying P2, but only got P4 in the end. What happened there? Mm, oof, close. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I was watching you most of the race. You basically all the two stoppers were kind of fell back. The one stop was just perfect. The timing of the safety car. There wasn't another safety car in the end, so it worked out great. SSR Husky dominated. Um, Finished 17 seconds ahead. Yeah, in fact, I think he set his fastest lap on the hard tires with like a 17.0, I believe. So, he was only a tenth off of TB. I could be wrong. I don't know if he did that on the soft or the hards, but I'm pretty sure it was the hards. Okay, Savage Hammy. I believe it was you. Did Tycho Path make an overtake into the chicane on you? Okay, I must have gotten that confused, but yeah, Tycho Path made a few questionable uh, decisions, but it's whatever. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream. So that is it for ARL F1 Season 6. ARL F1 Season 7 will be starting in just a few weeks' time. Discord should be in the Twitch bio. If not, head to aracingleague.com. You can see all of our series. We stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you next